Hey guys, it's Ghost Queen. Oh my god, the dogs are so hyped up. So hopefully they're going to settle down and not be too loud because they just came in from outside a few minutes ago and they are wicked hyped up. Hey Shan Hey Dreama. Thanks for coming to mod, you guys. So I've had a crazy couple of days. Really, it's been like a crazy week. And I wasn't able to stream yesterday because my laptop got broken. My screen is broken. I've managed to hook it up so that I can stream, but I don't see myself in front of myself like I normally do, which is weird. So, um, for chat, I'm going to have to keep looking down at my phone. I'm sorry, I apologize. If it seems rude, that's what I'm doing. So, hi, how's everybody doing? Hey, Kira. Hey, Mary. Yeah, so a lot going on here, and I'm not really going to get into it. Um, Everybody knows I'm having like a bunch of shit and drama at the moment, but I'm not going to get into it here. So I'm just going to stream like always, and I'm going to share a few things, but I'm not going to get too heavy tonight. Um, I was so into the Sims murder case and like really getting into it, and I was so excited to just kind of go with the flow and continue with that last night. And unfortunately, I couldn't, which sucks because like once I really start getting into something, like I like to kind of keep the flow. Um, but I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit if I'm in the mood. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I'm still getting like nasty messages from people a little bit, which is just ridiculous. Um, and I am going to say, part of the problem that Wayne and I have been having is that I really felt like he should have had my back on that. And he kept really quiet publicly and didn't comment to any of the people that were attacking me, didn't, you know, ask any of the people who were attacking me to stop, and I just didn't feel like he had my back. I'm extremely loyal, and, I fight for the people I love hard. And, I guess Wayne was feeling conflicted because he felt it would somehow be detrimental to the whole Dark Star business, and I don't see really how. I think it's more detrimental to not, you know, um, kind of be loyal to your partner personally, but whatever, we're working through it one way or another. We will work through it. It will, it'll work out one way or the other. So that's what's happening with all that big drama. Um, yeah, all you women, I'm sure, get it. You know how it is when, you feel like your partner sort of screws up and you're like, oh my God, how could you do this? How could you screw up this bad? That's where I'm at. So yeah, I haven't been too impressed lately. Sometimes people just cross their wires and don't understand one another, I guess. But that seems to be what's happening right now. We're crossing our wires, we're not seeing eye to eye, and we're not understanding one another. And it's sad because Valentine's Day is in a week, and I normally love February. I'm all about the romance and the love and the holiday and whatnot. And unfortunately, like, I'm just kind of like, well, this sucks. So that's where I'm at. So that's it. I think Wayne, he has a lot of trust issues because of past relationships. And, I think he is afraid that I'm going to somehow embarrass or humiliate him publicly. And even that sort of hurts because I feel like we've been together for a couple of years now and he should trust me by now. And I guess he just doesn't. And that's his issue and his thing, and not my fault. And I have to keep that in mind. So, yeah. So that's that. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. Get it out of the way straight away. You know, I'll add this other thing. Sometimes you want something so badly, you know, and you have your heart like so set on something, and you spend such a long time believing in it and believing that it's going to happen, and then, you know, something sort of happens, or maybe several things happen, and you start to actually realize that maybe the thing you wanted so badly and you believed with all your heart was going to happen isn't really going to happen. And, you know, that, but you kept believing no matter how improbable it seemed, you just kept believing. And then, you know, sort of reality kicks in, and then you just feel stupid for believing when you shouldn't have. It's like believing in Santa Claus or something, you know. And I'm a little bit at that place right now. I'm sort of just feeling a little stupid. But we all do at one time or another in our lives. We all end up in this place where we're like, oh my God, I'm stupid. Woo, there goes my tiara. So that's kind of where I'm at. Feeling a little stupid, and but not, you know, not that bad. It'll pass. Like, I'm still willing to show my face and whatnot. You know, I'm pretty confident. So I bounce. I'll bounce. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. So yeah. I know we've all been there. All of us. All women, you know, of a certain age have been there. So, like I say, it'll pass. And right now, I need to keep focused on goals that I have, you know, also. So, we don't just have goals together, we also have individual private goals. You know, it's weird when you're a couple. It's like you have your couple goals and the things that you want to do together and you want to accomplish together. And then, of course, it's like you're this thing. You know, you start out as two people and you become this one thing, but then you're still individuals as well with your own individual goals. So I can't just lay down and die. I have to keep going for myself and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing, keeping going. So seen some interesting things on YouTube the past few days. I did want to shout out to Mrs. Fucking Wonderful. I did, you know, see that she went through all this drama with Dylan too. She was having relationship drama also, and it seems his ex-wife was sort of, you know, trying to get her to believe stuff that may not be true, and you know, but then he was also maybe hiding some things from her, and I went through all that in the beginning of my relationship too, so I know how it goes. It's tough. Relationships are fucking hard, dude. I don't know what to say. Like, you know, there's no simple, easy relationship. They're all hard work, and the really good ones are really, really hard work, and it takes so much bending. You have to be able to bend. If you can't bend, you're never going to be able to have a successful relationship. And some people can't bend, or they have a hard time bending. And you have to be able to compromise, and you have to be able to be flexible and bend, and you have to be compassionate and understanding, and you have to be forgiving, and you have to try to not have a crazy temper, and, you know, you have to have effective communication. That is number one. And I think a lot of times Wayne and I don't have effective communication because he sees everything as a fight. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about, it's a fight. And he's avoiding it like the bubonic plague. But unfortunately, if you can't communicate because you're constantly afraid of a fight, then nothing ever gets solved or fixed. And that's an issue. So, you know, for somebody like me, like, I actually went to marriage counseling and stuff during 2 marriages. I've been through marriage counseling. And sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. But one of the things that I learned in marriage counseling was, effective communication, and that really, like, they will have you actually sit down and face each other and like touch sometimes, like while you're actually talking, and being fairly close and facing each other and looking in each other's eyes and repeating back what your partner said, so that so they know that you heard it clearly and understood what they were trying to convey. Like, this is hard fucking work, people. Like, it's not easy for anybody. I mean, there's like how many self-help books about relationships and how to communicate and how to get along, and it's not easy stuff. So, I would love to just say, everything's perfect and we're in love and just in love as the day we met and everything's great. But, I would be a liar. Like, we have issues. Everybody does. I will say we have had a lot of rocky paths to sort of stumble along, and we seem to always somehow come back up to the surface and come together and be strong as a couple. But we have a lot we're up against. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's okay, Shan. You and I had a nice chat last night, and it was great to talk to you on the phone. And I hope you have a wonderful sleep, and you've had your own trials and tribulations. And I love you. Thanks for popping in and giving me your support. Go get some sleep, girl. And yeah, so yeah, Mrs. Fucking Wonderful, she was having her own issues, and then I think I heard her say that her parents are going to be moving into her home with her because they're struggling financially, and that's probably going to be a little tough. But what are you going to do? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to survive. So that's it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I hope that works out for her, and certainly I hope her relationship survives and they're able to come together. They seem very happy and in love, and yeah. I was just also getting ready to start my whole paranormal romance series, and I wanted to start it by telling mine and Wayne's story of how we met and about our like romance and courtship and relationship and the beginnings of it and whatnot. But I guess I'm gonna wait and see what happens, since we're not in the best place right now. It doesn't feel like the best time to do it, so I'm holding off on that for a little bit. Yeah, so we grow up with these like fairy tale notions of how love is supposed to be and relationships are supposed to be. And I think that they do a lot of damage because, like I say, the best of relationships are hard work. That's it, people. It's never going to be easy. And anybody who goes into a relationship thinking it's just going to be a cakewalk and easy, you're just not being realistic. Because look, just living with someone, like, have you ever had a roommate? Just like living with someone 24/7 is tough, and if you don't think so, try it. Like, get a roommate. If you don't have a partner, get a roommate. Try living with somebody. Like, it's difficult. It's difficult to manage just living with someone, never mind being involved with them in a romance. And then if you throw in business as well, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So yeah, that's what we have been up against. And as I say, it's tough. So I am wearing my new magnetic lashes. They worked, and I'm pretty excited. I put the eyeliner on and the eyelashes on the magnetic eyeliner, and they seem to be holding. They're pretty comfortable. I like that they don't have two lashes. It's just one. I like that better than the other pair. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. They feel pretty comfortable. I think they look pretty natural. Actually more natural than some of the ones that you glue on. They look pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. So I think I might be using these from here on out. They're certainly more comfortable than the ones that you glue on because you don't have that sticky glue mess. And I really like them. So there's some good news. I'm excited about that. I was going to be wearing a new wig, which did come in the mail, but somebody made off with it out of the mailbox. So I don't have that. I guess I'm going to have to order another one. So that's a shame. I can tell you, Dreama, but I'm going to have to grab it. Hold on, because I don't have them in front of me. But I'll tell you. Hold on. Can you guys hear me okay? Because my webcam is a little broken as well. And I'm not sure which microphone I'm going through tonight. I don't know if it's my laptop mic, if it's my camera mic. But I just want to make sure you can all hear me okay. Because I am having some technical issues over here. And I don't have Wayne's mic tonight. So can you all hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. So these are the lashes I'm using. They are Kiss magnetic lashes. Double strength magnets on 5 points. And with the magnet, and you have to, the only way you can wear these is if you get the magnetic eyeliner. And this is the box that the magnetic eyeliner came in. Also by Kiss, and it says lasts up to 16 hours, wind resistant, no smudge, and it's just, it comes in a little, just like any old other liquid eyeliner, very easy to apply. You know, if you have experience putting on liquid eyeliner, which I do, it should be no sweat, and yeah, I like them a lot. I hate that glue, like that sticky glue that you, with normal lashes that you use and gluing them on. Like, I find it to be a pain in the ass, and I hate the glue, like trying to get the glue off afterwards. Blech. So I'd much rather do something like this. So I am pretty pleased with those. So that's good. Excuse me. I'm vaping, banana cream pie still, although that's almost gone. I did do my nails with the red. There's really nice red polish I got. Morgan Taylor, which I got at Sally's. And it's a red glitter, which I like, but you can't really see it right now because I put another polish over it. I have this glitter polish that's like kind of pink, silver, purple that I actually put on top of it. I don't know why, because I just saw it there and I was like, oh, I'm putting this on. So I might end up doing them over again in a couple of days, but I'm pretty pleased with them for the moment. So that's that. What else was I going to tell you about? What are you chewing? Something you should be? Hold on. Oh, okay. I think you just destroyed a toy and you're chewing the inside of it. That's okay. And of course, Puppy's chewing on the toy basket. She's really getting into everything and being a big problem child. Yeah, you should definitely try them, Dreama. You'll love them. They're really good. I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't love them. And I do. So, oh, no, Mary, I know you know your English. Don't worry. Yeah, I would definitely check these lashes out because it's fairly new, I think. I got them at Walgreens. Um, so that's that little makeup talk. What else? I saw, Chris Hansen did another Onision video where he was interviewing Shiloh. I think Shiloh's phenomenal. I think she just, that video that she did as calling herself Lil Doll as her, band name or whatever, and the song is called New Love. It's been really blasted all over YouTube, promoted big time. And excuse me, I love the song and I love the video. I think it's just like it's a catchy song. The video is real cool looking and very hip, and I thought she just knocked it out of the park. So I hope she's riding a little bit of success from that. But she did speak last night with Chris Hansen, and I did watch it for I think most of it, and they did bring up an interesting sort of thing, which is something I hadn't thought about, which is that I think it was, I don't know if it was Chris Hansen or if Shiloh said this, but one of them said that they had received a lot of emails or, messages or whatever saying that from like younger people who said that they started watching Onision very young, at a very young age, but it became so normalized within his community for sort of like older people to be interested in dating really a lot younger people, that then they went on to sort of get involved with older people when it really, was perhaps harmful for them to do so. And that's a pretty good point, you have to be careful what you're putting out there as okay. So, yeah, I can see how that would be sort of disturbing. And then they also sort of touched upon whether YouTube has culpability in all this. And that's a whole discussion in itself. And then I did see today, I think yesterday or today, he put out a video saying that's it. He's not going to be showing his face anymore. He talked about how much he hates YouTube creators, that we're all narcissistic, and, yeah, he's not going to be showing his face anymore. And he said also, if you see him on the street, don't come up to him and talk to him, and don't ask him for his autograph or take a picture. Like, I mean, the guy's ego is through the roof, I'll tell you. Oh my God. Oh, is it snow? It's not snowing here, but I'll tell you what, it is really cold for Louisiana right now. Like, I'm not sure what the temperature is, but all day it's been chilly. And tonight I went out there and I was like, it is freezing out here tonight. It's really cold here. So, yeah. Well, bundle up and get snuggly. Don't let yourself get too cold. And what else did I see? There was something else I saw on YouTube I was going to mention. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember it now. Oh, there was something I watched. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll come to me in a minute. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, so I know I'm a little logy tonight, and you'll have to just forgive me. Like I say, it's been a little bit of a tough past week. Not a lot of great things happening. And I've talked about before too how, like, when I feel like I'm kind of like a little and a little down and maybe not as peppy and up as I normally am, I kind of like to sort of remove myself from other people so I don't poison the well, so to speak. I generally like to present myself as up and happy and, spread the cheer, spread the love sort of thing. Like, I like to lift other people up. And if I'm not feeling super up, it can be difficult to do that. So, oftentimes I'll sort of isolate a little bit when I'm in this kind of mood. But I don't want to do that right now. I just don't think it would be healthy for me. And I did make a commitment to try to stream every day. I can't stream every single day. There's going to be some days I'm just not in the mood. You know, I'm not one of those YouTubers that just talks and doesn't show themselves. I get on camera. So, you know, there's going to be some days I'm not going to feel like it. Um, you know, I have goals, but I'm realistic as well. And, you know, there's going to be some days I just can't do it. But on the whole, most days I shoot to at least come on for a little while and do whatever. And, yeah, so I just felt like right now it was more important to me to kind of keep going with streaming rather than to take a break. So that's what I'm doing. Um, I'm probably not going to go heavy into the Sims case tonight just because I didn't print anything out, and I was hoping to do that, and I was going to print out some stuff and highlight some stuff, and I just didn't have an opportunity to do that yet. So I just wanted to touch upon one individual in the Sims case very briefly tonight, because that had been what I was planning on talking about last time. And the individual's name is Jeremy Mutz. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Let me just look it up. Yeah, now he was a prosecutor, and back in 2016, in July, he was actually terminated. His position was terminated. And I'm going to just quickly read this article. It says, it was a crime that stunned Tallahassee. Excuse me. And this is written by Julie Montanaro on July 26th of 2016. It says, it was a crime that stunned Tallahassee. The Sims family was gagged, stabbed, and shot in their own home. Fast forward nearly 50 years, and the unsolved crime is making headlines again. A prosecutor contends he was fired for his work on the case. Jeremy Mutz claims there's enough evidence to make an arrest, but politics is getting in the way. It deserves a full look, former prosecutor Jeremy Mutz said. We met Jeremy Mutz in front of the house where the Sims family was brutally murdered in 1966. Mutz says he started reviewing boxes full of records last year, and that was when we saw, you know, that blog come out too in 2015. In hopes of ultimately figuring out who did it and if modern technology could prove it. He was fired Monday. I was fired because Mr. Meggs wanted to provide political cover, I believe, for Sheriff Wood, Mutz said. Robert and Helen Sims and their daughter Joy were murdered in their home on Muriel Court, October 22, 1966. The state attorney acknowledges Mutz was reviewing records in the unsolved murders and was at a meeting earlier this year to discuss it. He was, I think, obsessed with the Sims case, Meggs said. Meggs stopped short of saying exactly why the 13-year prosecutor was fired. Did Jeremy Mutz cross the line somewhere, and if so, where, we asked. Meggs responded after a 10-second pause. I will only say to you that Jeremy Mutz is no longer with our office. However, Meggs minced no words when asked to respond to Mutz's claims that he and the sheriff halted his work for political reasons. It would take a moron to believe that myself or Mike Wood would not want to solve the Sims case, Meggs said. Probably one of the most ridiculous things I've heard in some time, Sheriff Mike Wood said. This case has been in the forefront of this community for literally 50 years. It's been investigated and reinvestigated and reviewed and re-reviewed. Then why the fuck haven't you caught anyone? That acts like there's something wrong with trying to see a case solved, Mutz said. There's not. There's nothing wrong with it. There's not. I exceeded no scope in what I was authorized to do. Mutz, who is also a published author, insists he is not trying to write a book about the legendary murders. He is convinced that the state attorney and sheriff could solve this crime if they assigned someone to work on it full time. If he, Meggs, put half the effort into the Sims case as he put into prosecuting Ray Sansom, Sansom or Sheriff Nick Finch or Sheriff Morris Young, the Sims case would have been closed with the arrest of a suspect, Mutz said. Is there enough in terms of physical evidence or excuse me, or witness testimony in your estimation in those files to name a suspect today, we asked? There is. Is there enough evidence or information to arrest a suspect today? There is, Mutz said. Both the state attorney and the sheriff insist that is not true. The sheriff says progress has been made on the case within the past year. The state attorney says some evidence was recently submitted for analysis. They are still awaiting the results. And that sounds like Vernon's DNA. So that's pretty much the end of the article. But yeah, so, when I was sort of reading through that blog, I was saying pay attention to this name, Jeremy Mutz, because I'm going to talk about him. And see how far-reaching this case is? Now you had a prosecutor. He was a prosecutor for 13 years, and he lost his job because, as he says, he was trying to solve this case. And it should be solved. Why was he fired? I'm going to do a little bit more digging to find out if I can get any more information on that, but it does sound like they thought he was too obsessed with the case. I don't see how a prosecutor can be too obsessed with a case, and I don't understand why this case hasn't been solved. Hey, Raquel, how are you, honey? So, yeah, and, Jeremy Mutz seemed particularly articulate. He seemed intelligent. And, it does seem like he was able to engage Vernon in that blog, in the comments, to get Vernon to talk, which is what you want when you're trying to, find out if someone's a murderer. So, yeah, he seemed like he was good at what he did, and I really don't understand why they fired him. I did read somewhere else, and I'm not going to look for it right this second, that Jeremy Mutz sort of had a reputation for kind of irritating higher ups. So maybe he just tended, to push a little too hard and a little too far, in places where he was being warned off of. That's my guess. But, once again, that seems like the type of prosecutor that you would want. So, yeah, I do think there's a cover-up there. And I do think it's about politics. And I think it's a shame that the case isn't getting solved. And, that was what, 4 years ago now. Nothing's happened that I can see. So it's a shame. It seems like it's a solvable case. So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to bring up tonight. But I will, be talking about this case a little bit more before I wrap it up. Probably 1 or 2 more nights of talking about it. And not sure if I'm going to do that tomorrow night or not. We shall see. But yeah, that's the Sims case. It's definitely an interesting case, and one of the more interesting cold cases. And as I say, it had such far-reaching ramifications for so many people. It seems to have affected a lot of people. It certainly affected the whole town of Tallahassee. And even when I was just going over that I Did It for Jody blog, I think I went last night and looked to see if there were any more comments since the last time I had been there, and there were some more comments. Somebody just left a comment this month, so I believe. So I'm going to go back and look at that too, and maybe share some more comments that have been left since. But like I say, it's a case that everybody's still talking about, everybody's still thinking about. And when I first came upon the case, there wasn't a lot out there about it, but somehow, and probably because of the documentary that came out, everybody and their brother seems like has now talked about the Sims case, whereas when I first started researching it, which was about a year ago, there wasn't much out there. And I was like, wow, nobody talks about this case. So, But like I said, I'm pretty good at starting trends. So I know how to find things that are interesting. So yeah, now a lot of people have spoken about the case, but I haven't seen anybody talking about it with anything really new or interesting or anything I didn't know already. So yeah, Raquel, definitely want to talk about the truth. I'm ready. I'm ready when you are, girl. I'm ready. I think we should probably. I think Raquel, we should do a whole show for that, and but it's up to you. It's your deal, honey. You can do it any way you want. I'm just here to support you on this. Um, you already know. We've already talked. So, if now feels like the time, feel free. You can say whatever you want in my chat. You're more than welcome to. And, yeah. Whatever, girl. It's your rodeo. So, yeah. What else? So, yeah, I don't know, like I say, if I'm going to discuss the Sims case tomorrow night or not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, I did want to mention this briefly while I'm here. I am going to be working on a new website called Ghost Queen, and the address is ghostqueen.live. And I'm going to be working on setting that up a little bit. And I'm also going to be releasing a t-shirt if anybody is interested in buying it. So expect to see that soon with my Ghost Queen logo, the cute little ghosty. And then I'm also going to be making my Etsy store go live for readings if anybody's interested in getting a reading from me. And I will be going around and asking people that I know that I've given readings to, that I know were pleased with the reading, to leave me a decent review on the Etsy site so that hopefully it'll encourage some other people to purchase some readings. So that will be happening. And then I'm also going to be working on my spell kit, which I've been trying to put out for quite some time now. So I'm going to be wrapping that up, and I just have to really write out the spell itself, and that will be done and ready to go. So a lot of exciting new things coming in the future. And yeah, go ahead, Raquel. You got the floor, honey. And that's that, pretty much. I'm still watching Mindhunter, which I just love. And, oh, I know the other thing I was going to tell you. I did get struck for my, my 60 Minutes pedophile video, so you can't watch that any longer. So if you missed that watch party, they copyright struck me, so the video is hidden and you can't see it anymore. But not a huge deal, and I knew that might happen, so I'm not like upset about it or anything. So yeah, you know, it is Mardi Gras season, and Carnival like has started here, and you know, we don't live right in the city, but I am hoping to see some of the parades this year, and that's always exciting time of year. You know, it's actually like a whole season. The actual day of Mardi Gras is the end of the month, but all month long is like Carnival season. So that's happening right now. And yeah, I'll have to be careful. Like the other one, I don't think it mattered because it wasn't like some huge channel. But it had been put out originally as a free documentary, so I don't think anybody was going to get upset about copyright. But with 60 Minutes Australia, you can see why they might get upset, which clearly they did. So I purposely didn't put it in the title or anything, hoping I could slide on by, but nope. Makes you wonder how they catch everything like that, but they do. They catch it. Yeah, like as I say, Raquel, you're more than welcome to go ahead and have your piece, speak your piece, you know. Or if you want me to get you up on panel, you know, we can do that. We could cam you up. We could just put your voice up. If you want to talk, if you want me to handle it, however you want to handle it is fine with me. I can't do all that tonight because if I'm going to get you up here, I need to get set up for that. And if we are going to do that, I think it would probably be better to do it on a Saturday night, which is usually when I get the most views, because I would like as many people as possible to hear what you have to say and what I have to say in reaction to what you have to say, which of course I already know what you have to say. But yeah, but I don't mind you, you know, giving everybody a little hint and a little taste of what's to come. I certainly have no issue to that. But if we can do it Saturday night, I think we should do it Saturday night. Do you want me to go ahead and speak the names now, though? And let everyone know what's coming and what we're going to talk about? Because I'm happy to. I have no issue whatsoever doing that. None at all. But I said all along, and I've known about what Raquel has to say for quite some time. Quite some time. And I haven't said anything publicly about it at all. I've kept it under my hat because it wasn't really my story to tell. And I wanted to tell the story just because of my feelings on it, but the whole time I have been communicating with Raquel and telling her I would defer to whatever her wishes were. Oh, you do have Saturday off? Well, then I say let's do it Saturday night. I'm free. And I think it would be a great night to do it. I might even have a little cocktail beforehand, and I think that would be a very good Saturday night for us. Raquel. That's my personal opinion. It's going to be drama, people. I can tell you that much. But, you know, without giving away too much, because I would like you to come and hear what she has to say and what I have to say. It's not like I want to share drama just because I want to be dramatic or, you know, I want to get like there's different kinds of drama people out there, as you know. I mean, there's some people that manufacture drama just to manufacture drama. This is something somebody did that's immoral and unethical and criminal, and it was done to Raquel's dad. And most of you know that Raquel's dad is Scary Larry Moses, who I was good friends with, and many people in the paranormal YouTube community loved and adored, and thought was a wonderful man and a good teacher and a great guy and fun, and a lot of people hung out with him, including me. And I feel very blessed that Raquel and I have been able to become friendly, and her and I have talked on the phone, and we chat and we communicate, and I think she's awesome. And of course, you know, her daughter Larry was always talking about and showing off, and he was so proud of her, and she's adorable. And yeah, so like I don't know, I guess my friendship with Raquel sort of just was a little bit of a comfort to me, because losing Larry was just so hard, and it hit me so hard. And I don't normally really always react to deaths that way. I'm more pragmatic a lot of times about death, and practical, and just stoic, I guess would be a good word. And I don't always get really super emotional. That one did hit me that way, and now I kind of understand a little bit more why. And I feel like becoming friendly with Raquel and us becoming friends just sort of helped my heart a little. And I think she's an awesome chick, and I love her a lot. And when I make friends for life, you know. So yeah, she's my sister from another mother. So I wanted to support her on this, but I didn't want to make it about me or my show or my thing, and so I also, I also don't like to, I like to just make sure I'm sure before, if I'm going to accuse somebody of something that's very serious, I want to make sure I'm sure, and I'm sure. So um, that's that, and yeah. She's my good friend, and he was my good friend, and I want to support them both by making sure that hopefully these individuals who cause some harm aren't able to do that again to anyone else. So, although it might be looked upon as drama, to me, it's trying to protect other people in the future because I believe this was serious, and especially in this field where it's supposed to be spiritual and like it's just amazing that you can have so much corruption in such a spiritual field, but you can. So yeah. So that's that. Slime it up. What else can I tell you? Um, I think that's probably about it for tonight. I'm trying to think if there's anything else exciting. Um, I will say that I did watch another episode of 60 Minutes about two girls that had been abducted, and one of them managed to get away, and the other one was killed, and they never solved her murder, and it was a cold case and whatnot. That was interesting too, if you want to check that out. Um, yeah. Yeah, definitely stay tuned because you should try to tune in Saturday night. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be big. It's going to be a good one. So, and you're all going to be shocked. Really fucking shocked. Trust me on that. So, yeah, this is bad. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad for the people involved. And I was shocked. I was shocked, and I don't even particularly like these people to begin with, and I was still shocked and surprised. But nothing shocks and surprises me anymore. The lows that people will sink to do not shock me anymore. It's sad stuff. So that's it, guys. I don't know what else I've got really for tonight. I'm glad I'm at least able to get back online and stream. That's good news. And I do have a lot of things that I am going to be streaming about. I'm a little out of it tonight. I'm a little like, my head's just not fully in the game because I'm having all this stuff going on in my personal life. But yeah, at least I'm still here and I'm still functioning and I'm still able to get online, and tomorrow I'll be a little bit more prepared and a little bit more gung ho and whatnot. Because I do have a couple of things that I want to share about that is sort of like more paranormal related stuff. But um, but I think for tonight I'm just gonna wrap it up. It hasn't been a super long stream for me, almost an hour, but um, I just wanted to get on and say I'm here and everything's kosher and you know I'm not buried in the backyard or anything. It hasn't gotten that bad. So, um, yeah. Thanks for your support. Love you girls, as you know. And I should be on tomorrow night. I'll definitely be here Saturday night. Hopefully you will be too. And we'll have a good time. Fun, fun, fun. I'll have a little cocktail. You know, you get to see Ghost Queen buzzed, which I'm not going to promise it's a pretty thing, but it'll be funny. That is for sure. I hardly ever drink, so I'm a flippin' lightweight. I have like one cocktail and I'm like, yeah. And I'm one of those happy, lovey drunks where, you know, everything's just wonderful and life is good and I'm like that. So that's it. I hope you girls all have a great night and you sleep well. And yeah, you know, just try to remember we all have problems. Nobody's life is perfect. In this world of social media where we share mostly like the pretty and the enviable, and you know we're always showing off. I'm the worst, don't get me wrong, you know, and talking about how wonderful and great our lives are. Just remember that is a little bit of a facade. We all have problems. We all have problems. And, you know, I can only speak for myself, but a lot of times I don't want to talk about my problems publicly because I don't want to poison the well, like I've said before. You know, I know there's a lot of people in worse situations than me that are sometimes just struggling to make it through a day. And I don't want to ever bring anybody down. I want to lift people up. So I try to keep the negative away from the public eye. There's enough negative out there without me bringing negative. You know, that's how I guess I see it. So I try to be as positive as I can when I'm online. But hey, I'm a normal human being just like everybody else. And I've got problems. We've all got problems. So nobody's life is perfect. And it doesn't matter how perfect it seems. Trust me, there's problems there somewhere. Everyone has them. So it's not realistic to expect to have a flawless life with no problems. That doesn't exist. It's not realistic. So that's it, guys. Bear with me while I go through this little bump in the road, bump in the path, curve of the path, twist of the path, however you want to put it, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for keeping me company, and have a great night. Don't let the demons bite. Sleep well. Have sweet dreams, and don't forget, tell your loved ones everything you want to say because you never know which day is their last day or yours. And love you guys. Thanks for your support. Hope to see you tomorrow night if I'm here. Hey, you never know. Maybe I'll even do a daytime stream. We shall see. But have a great night, guys. Thanks for popping in. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Good night, girlies. I have to look over here to be able to end my stream. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Poof!